Let's take more classes. That sounds good. All right. What kind of plants do you have?
Um, Plants. My plants are flowers, roses, tomato, lemon,
Nice. Nice.
blackberry,
Okay. Awesome. Raspberry bush, tomatoes, lemons, and
pepper.
roses.
Yeah,
Nice. So you've got a little vegetable garden too.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. Fresh fruit are really good. And I'm almost frozen. Nami, welcome to class. Nami, how are you doing? Nami, are you there? Hmm. Okay. Anna Carolina, how are you doing?
Hi, teacher. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I I packed up my stuff and I'm going to Rio de Janeiro today in the evening,
Okay.
and maybe I will attend some classes tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Let's see. I'm all right.
Okay. No, I mean, go ahead. Oh, you're what?
I will have fun there.
Nice. Yeah. Rio's fun. Rio's a good place. Um, and are your sons going? I know one of them was sick last time.
Uh, could you come again?
Yeah, are both of your sons going? Because I know one
Ah,
of them was
yes,
sick last
yes,
time.
yes, yes, yes. If they were not going, I would stay home.
Okay, right. That makes sense. Um, okay. And Nami again. Nami, are you there? Okay. Nami, if your microphone's just not working, it might help to leave class and come right back. I'm not sure exactly what it is, though. So let's get started. Come on. Sorry. Let's get started with today's class, maybe. Ah, sorry. The program crashed, which is why I was not responding. Ah. So, um, Heidi, what are you gonna do with your day today? Or what are you gonna do with your day tomorrow, maybe?
Today, I'm going to bed, taking after,
Okay.
after taking 2 lessons.
Yeah, yeah. And what about tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Friday. I have some private lesson, and only that.
Okay.
Recently, daytime, Bubbling doesn't have any lessons. I have
Mm,
a lot of free times.
okay. Okay. So no lessons during the day, so free time. I do you think you'll go and sew something?
Yeah, I complained about that. Bubbling is very cool to Asian people. Asian zone is daytime. There are no lessons.
Yeah. I guess do you have anything else that you might do? Like sew or, something like that?
Mhm. Unfair.
Sorry?
It's very unfair because other people, European or American people, can attend a lot of lessons, but for
Yeah.
Asian people, very few, particularly Spanish or something.
Okay, yeah, a little bit difficult. Um, okay, Naomi, try to leave class and come back to class. That helps. So try leaving and coming back. Um, and that generally will help. So try that. Um, all right, and it looks like the program's back up. Um, maybe. Uh, right. Sasha, can you read the title in the next few lines?
Today we will discuss news related topics, read comics, read and discuss news stories, and practice role plays.
Nice. And Sasha, can you ask Alec the first question?
Okay. What news story are you following now?
Where would I start? Well, there are so many news around the globe. I'm following of all of them. I read a lot of papers and a lot of Facebook posts like Newsweek or The Economist. It's really hard to just it's pretty hard to say just for one story. I don't follow a one story. I follow several stories.
What are some of the several stories?
Hmm.
Yeah, what are a couple of those stories?
A couple of stories. It's pretty close of internal Russian policy. It's not kind of interesting to other people. It's all about corruptions and interaction of corruptions and so on and so forth.
I think that sounds interesting.
Sounds interesting for you, for anyone.
Yeah, go ahead. What,
Well, for example, press secretary of Russian President Putin, Dmitry Peskov, he's got married, and his marriage was so. They spent a lot of money. They don't earn that, and for now the journalists they trying to investigate the sources of this money, and he's got a picture with a watch which costs probably $2 million. It's what? Yes, $2 million, probably 2 million or half
on your hand?
on his hand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's craziness, and that's why people want to know what's the sources. What's about his tax declaration? His tax declaration says he's just has been earning just, I don't know, probably $100,000 per year, but it's impossible to buy the kind of watch for this money.
Man.
So just one of them.
That's nuts. Okay. He was just saving for a $2 million watch. Can you imagine buying a $2 million watch? So many people, oh man, I can't even. It's beyond my imagination. Ahmed, welcome to class. How's it going, Ahmed? Okay. Maybe not. Alec, can you ask Amp the next question?
Do you think that the news is necessary? Why or why not?
Yes, I think news are necessary
The
because
news is.
the news is necessary because you don't live isolated, and you are part of this world, and you need to be aware what is happening around you or in the other side of the world. And the only way that we have is through the news. Sometimes they are not completely true, but at least you have an idea of what's happening.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Nice job, Amp. Okay. And Amp, can you ask Anna Carolina the next question?
Anna Carolina, what do you think is the most important thing the news should report?
Oh my gosh, things that are affect us in our daily lives, such as politics, economy, and natural disaster. Can you hear me, Joshua?
Yeah, can you not see what I'm typing?
teacher. I will affect. I said affect instead. Is it wrong? Should I use
That will
affect or effect? Hmm.
Oh, you're right. The verb. Good. Thanks. Good call. Um, can you hear me? Am I freezing?
I can hear you. I
It's okay.
couldn't for a while.
All right. I'm not sure what it is. Okay. Well, hopefully it's good. Things that will affect us in our daily life. Yeah, I think that's a really good answer. Heidi, can you read through the words?
Vocabulary. Correspondent. Cover story. Breaking news. To verify. Plagiarize.
Nice.
24-hour news. Editorial. Independent media. U2nest. What? I don't know. U2nest report.
Close. It's eyewitness.
Eyewitness. Okay. Eyewitness. Okay.
Yeah. Eyewitness.
Yeah.
Good. Really good
I know.
reading.
Eyewitness.
Yeah. One of those things. It's just like I don't get what that word says. Happens to the best of us. Okay. And does anybody have any questions about any of these words? Any questions?
Yeah, and I want to know the meaning of plagiarize,
Plagiarize.
and editorial.
Okay. And editorial. Heidi, can you make a sentence with plagiarize?
Plagiarize. And okay. The weekly magazine often plagiarizes and from the newspaper. I'm sorry, articles from a newspaper.
Okay. Weekly magazine would be like the name of a magazine, right?
Weekly magazines.
Okay. Weekly magazines, and then they often plagiarize.
Articles. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so they steal the article and claim it as their own.
Because of lack of ability to gather the information.
Yeah, because of a lack of ability to gather the information. Good. Exactly. So does that make sense with plagiarize?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And maybe Jose, what's
Yes.
an editorial?
The mean.
Mm-hmm.
The mean editorial is a newspaper article written by an editor that gives an opinion on a topical issue.
Nice. Good. Really nice job. So yeah, pretty much any opinion piece. It doesn't have to be written by an editor, so we can say often written by an editor. That gives an opinion on an issue. So any opinion like article is an editorial. Does anybody else have any other questions? Okay. Simone, welcome to class. How are you doing, Simone? Okay. Well, let's go on to the next
So
page.
sorry.
Sorry, what was that, Simone?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How's it going?
Oh, everything's fine, thank you. And you?
Okay, good. I'm doing really well, thanks. Um, all right, and
Good.
Sasha, can you try the first one?
Okay. First one. This.
Yeah.
Okay. Our friend. Friend. mm, Friend is in Greece for the past. No. Friend. Correspondent. No.
Yep.
Okay. Is in Greece for the past 2 weeks covering this story. We turn to him now.
Okay,
What
so
does
we
what
wouldn't.
does it mean to turn to him now?
So it's something that you'd say when you're presenting the news. It's like you turn the news story to the other person. So you stop, excuse me, you stop speaking and you let the other person speak. You turn the camera to him is what it means. Does that make sense, Sasha?
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. And what about to be? So we can't say is because it's for the past 2 weeks.
Have been to have been
He.
has been
Good. Nice.
okay,
Good
has
job.
been.
Has been. Okay. And Simone, what about the next one?
Okay, maybe mm, I'm between today's breaking news or today's editorials explains. Maybe no, breaking news.
Okay. Breaking news works. There's actually another one too that could work.
Today, I don't know. Explains how bankers began the recent economic crisis. Has begun.
Nope.
No, have.
You were right the first time.
Okay, begun.
Began. Yeah. And so, does anybody else have any ideas as to the other word that we could use here?
Columnist.
Not quite.
Editorial.
Mm-mm.
No, because that is in plural, so journalist.
It's actually feature.
Feature?
Yeah, so it's a feature story. It stands for feature story. So it's a main story in a newspaper. It doesn't have to be recent news to be breaking news. And generally, they're more well thought out. Generally, they take more time to write. So you could do like a feature on somebody or on a certain topic. Yeah. So today's feature story, today's feature, I think sounds the best. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. And let's have Alec. Can you try the next one?
The news agencies are rubbish. What they have been printing for the past 10 years is yellow journalism.
Nice. Really good job. Yellow journalism. And all they have been printing, you said?
They've been printing.
Good. Perfect. And Manu. Manu, how's it going? Maybe not. Okay, Ahmed, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Welcome to class, Ahmed. Can you try the next sentence?
Okay, the blank who the terrorist to hold captive for the past months was released yesterday. The the journalist who the terrorist um, who, had holded had hold.
You're on the right track. So we could do two tenses. We could use the present, or the past progressive, or you could use the past perfect progressive.
Have holded.
So have, we need the verb to be. If you're going to use that. And that would be the present perfect progressive. So have, present. What's the past?
Had.
Huh? So we could say the present perfect progressive, we need the verb to have in the past. So had, we need the participle of to be. And we also need the verb with ing.
So had where.
The participle is been.
Okay, had been. Okay. Had been holding.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So because you've got a period of time in the past, something's happening, and then in the past, he's released, and then you've still got some time until the present.
Okay.
So it's progressive, it's in the past, and it's further in the past because you've got that gap. It doesn't go until the present. It's kind of an interrupted action by his freedom. Does that make sense, Ahmed?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And Amp, what about the next one?
A question before that. I cannot use a past perfect just had held.
Yeah, had held captive. That would work. Yeah.
Okay. Our most famous columnist wrote or have written.
Yeah, you could say a bunch of different things here. What's he write? Or what did he write?
An editorial about.
Yeah. Maybe it sounds better with politics. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And so let's do a little bit of reading. And Ana Carolina, can you read? Yeah, can you read the first part here?
The plane, the story. Everyone's pretty sure that the debris found last week on an island in the Indian Ocean is from the missing plane. More sure than they were last time, and the time before that. Debris.
Yeah, it's debris. So
Debris, thank you. Debris.
And Heidi, can you read the next part?
What do we know? A Malaysian airline flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing went missing more than a year ago with 239 people on board. And no one knew what if happened. What if? Last week, debris washed ashore on Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean near Madagascar. It was sent to France, where experts said that they have a strong feeling it's from the missing plane.
Okay, good. Maybe reunion?
Reunion.
Nice. Reunion. Or they have
Reunion.
strong feeling.
What if?
What the F? It's like what the heck? It's just it's making it more intense. Like, what in the world happened? It's just an amplifier. So you don't need it. You can just say what happened. What the heck happened? Yeah. So just a common amplifier. It's in use in exchange for a swear. So, but it's pretty common. Jose, can you read the end?
Okay. The scheme. It looked like this is a major clue to the mystery of the plane, but still TBD how and why the plane turned from its original flight path.
Good. Okay. What's TBD mean?
I don't know the meaning of the word TBD.
Okay. Does anybody know TBD?
To be determined.
Yeah, to be
To be
determined.
determined.
Okay, and Jose, what's happening here?
But the problem is that a plane disappeared. They didn't find the plane.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't find the plane.
Yes, they couldn't find the plane. It was a mystery. The plane disappeared.
Yeah. Was that a big news story in your part of the world, Jose?
Sorry, Joshua?
When it happened, was it a big news story in your part of the world, in Spain?
I don't know.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay. Does anybody remember this plane, or like the news story about this plane? It was a while ago.
The plane crashed
From Spain to Germany.
into the mountains. Yes, I remember, Joshua.
Different plane. Different plane. So this one...
It's a different plane. Okay.
Yeah, not Spain to Germany. It was Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. So
I didn't remember. I remember the plane that was crashed. The travel was between Spain and Germany. The plane.
That was a sad one, for sure. It looks like AMP. Yeah, I think about 17 months ago. Do you know what happened, AMP?
Yes, the flight just disappeared. They were trying to find it in the region that is supposed to flight, but even there were the many countries trying to find it, but it was impossible. And just last week appears near to Madagascar, that is so far from the original route. So they have to now find out why this flight was so far from them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect, AMP. All right, and does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. All right. And Jose, can you ask Sasha the first question?
Okay, Sasha, do you think that reading a newspaper is a good way to improve your English?
Yes, it's one of the ways to improve your English, because especially if you a person who remember things visually. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah, one of the ways to
good
improve your
way
English
to
is,
extend your vocabulary.
yeah, it's a good way to expand your vocabulary. Do you do it? Do you read newspapers in English?
Yes, articles, news, books, mainly because I remember very good visually.
Okay. I remember very good visually. Works. Maybe I have a good visual memory.
I have a good visual memory.
Yeah, it maybe just sounds a little bit more fluid, but really nice job. Sasha, can you ask Simone the the last question?
Okay. Simona, what would the world be like without news?
Maybe a paradise, because actually nowadays we as a journalist are so happy to give bad news that maybe would be a dream to have a world without or without bad news. But actually, I'm joking. News are very important,
Yeah.
because imagine in the past when nobody knew what's going on the world. I imagine it was really terrible. So news is very important to um, from news you can think and we can act, we can do something about to change something in the world. I think maybe I'm a little bit naive, but that's it.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point. Um, I'm really glad you were joking at the beginning. I was like, no.
I was joking, of course. I love news.
Yeah.
That's my life. So
Yeah. Um, okay. And Simone, can you ask Alec the second question?
do you think it's important to know what's going on in the world? Why or why not?
Of course, it's really important to know what's going on around you and around the globe. You can react and you can improve something. I'm totally agree with you, by the way. You're not naive. It's important to know what's going on around you, and you can react, and you can be more active.
Hmm. Really good job. Good answer. Good grammar too. It sounded great. Alec, can
Thank
you
you.
ask Ahmed the next question?
Ahmed, do you trust the information you get from the news?
I think I trust the information that I get from the news because I don't depend uh, on not famous newspapers. I think I should read for trusted newspapers only.
Okay, I think I only read trustworthy newspapers. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Do you have a favorite newspaper? Or favorite news source?
I think independent. Um,
Independent?
yeah.
Okay, nice. Awesome. And I think we're good on this page. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. And let's do some reading. Anna Carolina, can you read this paragraph with the title?
Thank you. Daily skin. What to say when you go to your boss' summer mansion for the office barbecue? Must be nice. Yesterday, the SEC told the CEOs of most public companies to make their salaries public, and then play a game of compare and contrast with their employees' salaries. Hint: one is much higher. In some cases, CEOs are making 800 times the average employee. Supporters are saying, about, about,
About time.
about time. This will put a spotlight on income inequality. Critics are saying, what if this is a useless rule that only serves to shame CEOs about how much they make. In other paycheck news, earlier this week the company announced it's allowing new parents to take off up to a
You
year.
missed this.
Okay, sorry. Netflix wants its employees to keep it theirs while they have baby. Earlier this week, the company announced it's allowing new parents to take off up to a year and still get paid. So that's make changing diapers a little more bearable.
Yeah.
Teacher, you underlined, but I didn't say the word on purpose.
W2F?
I said what the
Oh, so we can say W2F.
okay, WF.
That's pretty common, just like saying the letters. So yeah, obviously it's taking the place of a swear, but W2F, it's not considered like terribly impolite. Although it's probably not like professional. Okay, and Heidi, what do you think about this? What do you think about CEOs, putting their salaries out there for the public to hear about? What do you think
Yes.
about that?
Before I have three big automobile companies in America were gathered, were summoned in the parliament. They went to the place with their private jet or something. So many people complained about that because they wanted to help by the tax.
Mm-hmm.
Then they are getting a huge amount of money salary, and their tax was very low.
And their taxes were very low.
Very low, about 30% or less than 30%, I heard. It's much different from Japanese case.
Okay. So do you think it's good that their salaries are going to be public?
No, they should pay more tax, about 50% like Japan.
They should pay more in taxes.
Yes.
About 50%. Japan. Okay. Okay, so definitely there should be something to be done. Do you think, maybe, Jose, do you think that making it public will change anything? Do you think that, making CEOs' salaries public will change something or
Yes,
not?
I think that if the salaries will be public, something change because I think that the salaries are not well balanced.
I don't think.
I don't think the salaries are well balanced.
Okay, balanced.
Balanced.
Okay, so you think it's a good idea?
I think it will be a good idea.
Well, it's happening, so I think it is.
Yes, I think it is a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Does anybody disagree? Does anybody agree with the critics? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Good. And so in this other one, Simone, what do you think about Netflix allowing to like parents take a year off while they still get paid if they have babies?
Maybe it's too much. I
Maybe
think
it's
6 months, 6 months would be a good balance for both employees and employers. In
okay.
Brazil, people used to have 6 months, and I think it's quite fair.
People used to have 6 months.
No,
People
people,
have.
yeah,
Okay, people
you
have
used to have.
used to have
Yes.
in the past, but not anymore.
Yeah, nowadays it's changing. Maybe some companies are giving 8
Okay.
months for the mother, and in the past used to be 1 month for the father, but now it can be up to 3 or 4, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think actually the US is like the only country besides somewhere in Southeast Asia that actually doesn't have any paid maternity leave. So it's not
Oh, I
like a
didn't know that, really.
yeah, the US is pretty behind on that. Like
Oh my
really
God.
behind on it. It's pretty bad. Um, yeah. Anyway, it's like a big political thing at the moment. Okay, but good, as it should be. Anyways, does anybody have? Yeah, totally. That might be one of like the bad things. You don't want too many kidnapped CEOs. Um, but good. Any questions on this page? Okay. Um, and let's skip that. That's pretty old. All right, let's look at this. And Alec, can you read this comic?
Rent and Vizzle. I need 3 bitter and unsuccessful scientists and 100 lazy journalists. Very good. Did you know toddlers thrive on pollutions? Pollution.
Thrive.
Thrive. Thrive.
Yeah, thrive. Did you know that toddlers thrive on pollution?
I don't know what does it mean. I'm gonna find out.
So thrive is like do really well. So they grow well.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas what this might mean? Okay. Amp, what about you?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you have any ideas? Amp, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
Ah, I don't understand the comics.
Okay, so the dog is a businessman. Um, Maybe he's involved in like a coal industry. Generally, the coal industry is not the cleanest industry, I would say. Um, and so he goes to this weasel, just somebody, kind of like a weasel is a synonym for somebody who's a liar, not very
A rat.
honest. A rat, yeah, a rat, a weasel. Somebody who scams and tricks. So he says, I need 3 bitter and unsuccessful scientists and 100 lazy journalists. And the weasel's like, all right. And then later, a guy's reading the newspaper. He's like, wow, did you know that toddlers thrive on pollution? It's like, what happened in between the second comic and the last comic? Maybe Ana Carolina, do you think you can explain?
Oh my gosh, they hire those people and then they they published a very silly news in the headline. Teacher, what does thrive means? Could you remind me?
Yeah, thrive is like do really well or like grow and prosper.
Okay. Um, Basically, the new news are saying that babies between 2 or 3 years old um, grow up well on pollution. It's a
Yeah,
very crazy headline.
it is definitely a crazy headline. I think there's like a whole article on it, but yeah, so maybe Heidi, what happened in between the second and the third comics? Like what was there? What was going on?
Mm-hmm. He the if he's a businessman and the coal industry, so coal industry always emit pollution. So he wanted to hide the pollution from his company because reduce air pollution it takes a lot of budget. And
Uh-huh.
even lazy journalists they don't check each company's pollution or something.
The lazy
So
journalists took
just,
the news story from the three scientists.
yes, yes. Or the company says something, they write down like company said.
Yeah, yeah. I think they were being a little bit more discreet in that they actually hired scientists to do research, and the research was just really bad, but the journalists didn't really check their sources because they're lazy, and so the lazy journalists took the word of the scientists that the company hired.
But instead, it's very bad for toddlers, children. They need to grow up in the air pollution or water pollution.
Yeah, so it's kind of like hiding the negative effects. Yeah, so people don't think about it as much. Amp, do you think that, I know we kind of skipped you, Amp, do you think this is kind of true? Do you think this is something that could kind of happen?
Yes, many of the businessmen it doesn't have just a kind of business. They try to manipulate everything, so they invest on radio. So in that way, they can say whatever they want.
Okay. They invest in something, so in that way, I didn't hear what you said here. You broke up a little bit. Can you
Yeah,
repeat that?
in different businesses. So they try to invest not just, for example, in this case, the coal industry, but also they try to invest in a newspaper or a magazine or something that support what they are doing in their principal business.
Yeah.
So they are covered.
Perfect. And Jose, what do you think? What industries do you think might do something like this?
The industries related with coal the chemical industries too. All kind of industries that emit CO2. I think try to manipulate information in order that the citizens the citizens don't know nothing about
Anything.
about anything about the contamination of this kind of industries.
Huh. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's solid. Right. Yeah, one of the big ones that I always think about is the tobacco industry. Um, just like, yeah, publishing interesting results by like scientists who they have. But yeah, there are lots of them, different companies. Good. I think we're good on this page. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay. Um, do. We don't really have time for that. Okay. This is kind of a good one. Simone, can you read the quotation?
A free press can be good or bad, but most certainly, without freedom, a press will never be anything but bad.
Good.
Albert Camus.
Yeah, I think we say Camus. Albert Camus.
Sorry? How Camus? I don't know.
Yeah, pretty sure. I'm not 100% though. What do you think this means?
I'm thinking about it. It's firstly talking about the freedom of speech and without freedom, which is important for a press, but I think in reality we don't have this kind of freedom. Really, I'm talking as a journalist. We don't have. I wish we had, but it's especially in Brazil, for example, we don't have because the governments they pay monthly. They pay for newspapers and television stations and everything. It's kind of they are paying for advertisement, but it's in reality it's different. They are paying for our opinion, you know. I don't know if I made myself clear.
Hmm. Yeah. Like our good opinion of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can always be threatened with like not receiving that support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we won't survive without the support.
We wouldn't.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like a way of kind of limiting freedom of the press. Just
That's
because we're
the
just
way it works. Sorry.
no. We're just about out of time. I've got another class. So really quickly, a free press can be good or bad. It's saying that, you know, if you've got a free press, they can publish good articles and they can publish bad articles. Some people are terrible journalists. Some people are good journalists. You're always going to have a variety of things that are published. But if you don't have any freedom of the press, without freedom, it'll be only bad. There won't be any good. It'll be just bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for coming in. I'll see